A very good evening and welcome to Biz First in Focus. We're coming to you from the News First studios here in Colombo this evening in our studios to discuss on the timely topic of the budget for the year 2019 of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka. We've got with us Professor H.D.Karunaratne. He's of course from the Department of Business Economics from the Faculty of Management and Finance. A very good evening, Professor, and welcome to the show.
Very good evening. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Professor, now before the program began, we had a discussion and certain economists say that the budget that was presented for the year 2019 is slightly a positive one. Are you of the same opinion?
No, as an economist, what I can say, this is not a positive one. This is actually a negative situation. You know, countries in a serious situation where we have more outside debts and we have a huge budget gap. So the issue is here that this budget is prepared only for 8 months. And with that one, the achievements and what they want to expect is totally different. The issue is that the welfare orientation of this budget. Why I call that welfare orientation, that you can see, number one, that additional 600,000 Samurdhi recipient will generate by this budget. Number two is that 2,500 increase for the public servants without asking increasing productivity. Of course, the salaries can increase. It's good for the people, but at least the target should be given.
Professor, speaking about a single one of those points in point form that you mentioned, the increase of benefits of Samurdhi beneficiaries by 600,000 new recipients. What is the negative side in this?
Yeah, the issue is that, you know, there are many claims for Samurdhi program because there are savings and huge amount of money in Samurdhi banks. Also, they can't give loans, and this Samurdhi system is not working well in Sri Lanka, and it is not well targeted poverty alleviation program in Sri Lanka. So it is, I think there are a lot of issues with respect to Samurdhi. So increasing again another 600,000 will be a huge burden for the country. That is number one. As I told, that the second public servants one, at least productivity improvement request should come from the government without any request, just increasing 2,500. Then the pensioners also, there are about more than 500,000. Again, 1,600 is increasing. Why these things are increasing while saying that the inflation rate is about 3%, 4%? So I think the central bank is saying now the inflation rate has come down. But even when the inflation rate is lower, we should not increase subsidies if not productivity is growing. That is one side. On the other side, that throughout the budget there is Enterprise Sri Lanka program. It's a good program, but the problem is everything they try to relate it to enterprise development. For example, there is one event, they say that those who cannot enter into university, government is giving 1.1 million rupees to for the scholarship to go to private universities, and that also has incorporated as what they call into enterprise development Sri Lanka. But enterprise development is something else. I think the education development is something else, and all the loan schemes they mention in the budget, they come as under enterprise development. Enterprise development we cannot do only just by giving loans or only just by passing subsidies to the people. And there should be a strong program where in this country, you know, for example, last year 127 ladies have committed suicide in this country because the rural sector, they could not pay their money back. Suicide.
They couldn't pay their
loans back. And the rural sector has big issue of having loans. So that giving more loans to the people will generate only indebted nation. But more than that, we have to inculcate financial literacy, how to the business, and there should be a business plan. There should be a method of educating people without giving just money as to start a business. Because business starting is actually, there's a debate in business whether the entrepreneurs are created or entrepreneurs are born. But if it is created, it should come through the education, not only through money. So just pumping huge amount of money to the society, I do not think that the enterprise will develop. And there should be a proper plan more than that.
And Professor, we spoke a lot about the spendings that this government anticipates within this budget proposal. How are they planning on earning this money?
Yeah, the earning also that, of course, government want to increase taxes. Government increase taxes mainly on the vehicles. Number one is the vehicle. Now we know if you clearly identify last 12 months how the vehicle importation to this country, and when the tax rate is high, the people don't buy vehicles. So they expect that the same amount of vehicle will bring to the country even after higher tax. So that the tax revenue,
that's their estimation.
Yeah, their estimation. So therefore this tax revenue estimation is not correct. Because basically when the tax on vehicle, if they increase in short run, then people are waiting until the next budget to buy the vehicle. So they don't buy vehicle. So as a result, the expected income is not coming to the government. So therefore, we know that actually last year, for example, 2018 budget, out of the budget proposals, only 8% has implemented. That is, I think some research firms have declared. So therefore that we should understand all the estimates are not correct because of these the underlying facts.
So when you said only 8% of these budget proposals have been implemented, now this budget is only for the coming 8 months. Already 3 months have already passed. How much do you think of this budget will be implemented in this country?
Yeah, that's the basic issue that we have to be very careful, because we know if this is an election year, this is the year we have to pay huge amount of loans to other country, and economic growth has come down, and there are a lot of stagnated situation in the economy. Under such situation, that all these the government expenses, I do not know whether within 8 months to what level they can do, because having the 12 months in last year, they could implement only 8% of the budget proposal. Having the 8 months, I do not know what percentage they will implement. There is another interesting proposal in this budget. The island-wide, those who become first in advanced level, the government 14 students, government going to give 500 million rupees to these people to go abroad. So this 500 is a huge amount. What I say that this is good, but the issue is that after completing their programs in Harvard or MIT or all these, they have to come here. So they have to work under Sri Lankan system. I don't know whether they can do a very big change within this period. The other thing that, when they want to enter into Harvard, that they cannot enter with only ESET score. They want to set their examinations,
yes,
qualifying examinations, and English language test, what we call particularly they have to pass the TOEFL or the required amount. That actually these days the island top is coming from the rural area. We don't know whether they have enough English knowledge, they have enough knowledge to set this SAT examination or ACT examination. So those are the requirements for entering to those universities. So I don't think that after, usually you see advanced level examination is happening in August, but their results is usually releasing in December or November. Then when they know that they are island first, they have to then learn these languages and this preparation. That will be in next February. I don't think that can implement within this year budget this proposal.
Of course, that is not the only practical issue that is faced with that specific proposal or the proposals that in general were presented through the budget for the year 2019.